Hello. So let me know if I'm audible, visible, so that we can start on Scorpio. I don't think today I need to make any notes. Right. It is my own ascendant. I will be fine without any material. Okay. Yeah, we can start, I guess. It is 10:32 now, and people can join. Just a second. Right. So Scorpio is normally the eighth sign of the zodiac. So it represents all the energy of the eighth house. So eighth house is becoming your ascendant. Now a natural eighth house or eighth sign is becoming your ascendant. Now eighth house or Scorpio represents changes, sudden events, sudden changes, ups and downs, instability. If I take one word for Scorpio, it is instability. Okay. So first indication which we get of a Scorpio ascendant person's life is that it is unstable. They cannot expect a smooth life. They cannot expect a smooth sailing life where not many changes are happening. Okay, they have to be ready for the continuous changes in their life, and changes will come. Changes will come naturally to them. Okay, and you can say that they are meant to go through all these changes. Now there are two signs which are ruled by co-ruled by Rahu or Ketu. Okay, uh, Rahu co-rules Aquarius and Ketu co-rules Scorpio. There is no other sign which is co-ruled by these planets. So they say that it has some karmic relation because Rahu Ketu represents our past life karma. So it shows that Scorpio and Aquarius ascendant people are born to pay off their karmic debt in this life. Then they are very secretive by nature. I don't think anyone can say that they have understood a Scorpio completely. Okay, they are very secretive by nature. They can have lots of information with themselves. Means because it is house of research. Eighth house is basically the house of research. It is becoming your ascendant. So it shows that you are all about researching things. Okay. So a Scorpio ascendant person normally researches a lot. That's why he has lots of information with himself. Information can be of different fields. Okay. So they can be very good at literature, they can be very good at politics, they can be very good at sports. At the same time, they can keep lots of information with themselves. It is also house of sexuality, so they are highly sexual people. It is also house or sign of uh, a magnetic attraction. I won't say the attraction part, but I say that I feel that being a Scorpio, I feel that people get curious after seeing a Scorpio ascendant person. Okay, if a Scorpio ascendant person is in a party, he will be in a such a way that other people will get curious to know about it. So if it is attraction, then we can say that right, they attract people. They have this magnetic attraction. This curiosity or attraction can rise to a different level if Rahu is also sitting there. Then it makes a completely magnetic personality. If Rahu is in ascendant, in Scorpio ascendant, so and that makes them a completely magnetic personality. So otherwise, people just get curious to know about them. Okay. So second thing is that one thing I realized through going through so many charts of Scorpio ascendant people and through my life also, that they go through a major transformation in their identity itself. Okay. Like changing your nationality, changing your citizenship, changing your looks, or changing your name. Okay, they go through it completely different identity from the one they are born into. Okay, this is normal. I have seen that many times. I myself changed my looks and my name. Plus, I have seen lots of people who are Scorpio ascendant people, or they have lots of planets in Scorpio. They always change their nationality or change their identity totally. Means the earlier person was something else and someone else, and this person is now someone else. It is that type of change. They also like to impersonate others. Okay, they like to means they will send a SMS or a WhatsApp message with some other name, some other number. They will like to play around, and then then they will reveal themselves. So it is one of the nature of Scorpio ascendant people. I feel that most of fake profiles on Facebook and Twitter would be of Scorpio ascendant people only. So this is what in a natural Scorpio ascendant person's nature is. Like, they are very secretive. They don't like they don't like others interfering in their secretive life. They can be very happy in their isolation. Okay, then they are very means intense. Okay, so it is one more quality of a Scorpio person, that they are very intense in whatever they are doing. Okay, whichever field they are working in, they will be very intense about it. Okay, they will go all out for it. They won't let anything come in the way. So it was one of the problems my friends had with me in my younger age, that whichever field or hobby or interest I had, I used to research a lot. I used to go all out for it to understand it completely. Okay, so they were curious of that why I am so much into something. Okay, so this is the nature of a Scorpio person. Uh, Now this is the ascendant. They cannot they are secretive. They are very confidential people. They are they can change their identity. They can change their name, looks, and all. Plus, they like to impersonate others. They like to present themselves as a different person. Plus, their life can be full of ups and downs. Now, if you look at the nakshatra, it is all about occult and mysticism. All the nakshatras are somewhere connected with occult and mysticism. So their life is Vishakha, Anuradha, or Jyeshtha. They all are very much occult mysticism related nakshatra. Vishakha is the natural counselor. So if a person has a Scorpio ascendant, Vishakha nakshatra, yeah, most probably he will be counselor in any field. Vishakha is represented by folk branches, means it is a division of branches, I would say. So it represents a person who has taken two different life paths altogether. Means in early life he may be following some other life path or career, and in later life he may be completely different. Okay, so this is what this is what a Scorpio ascendant life is like. Means they can be very interested in occult mysticism. They can live a very, I would say, a troublesome life, because their life continues to change. Then we come to the second house. Second house is a Sagittarius sign. Okay. Uh, Now, one more thing about Scorpio as ascendant, that their ascendant lord needs to be very strong. The Mars, it needs to be very strong. Okay, like it should be in this friendly sign, exalted sign, or own sign, then, or a neutral sign. Then it shows that a Scorpio ascendant person is taking the right actions in their life. Okay, in whatever way, because they go through so many ups and downs, so many instabilities in life. Now, if Mars is not well placed, then it can lead person to a wrong path. Okay, so it is very important for them to have a good strong Mars in their chart, because it is their ascendant lord. Many criminals are seen from Scorpio ascendant. So it is like they are Scorpio ascendant, they are very intense, and their Mars is not well placed. Okay, so they don't know where they are taking actions. It's not that every every person with this Scorpio ascendant with Mars not well placed will be a criminal. Other factors are also involved, especially in the moon. But otherwise, all I want to say is that it is very important for them to have a well placed Mars. Okay, if they want to trade on a right life path. Okay. Second house is a Sagittarius sign. Second house is of family and wealth. Sagittarius is the sign of higher learning. It is also a sign of law and teaching and counseling and preaching to others, guiding others. Okay, so their family environment can be all about higher education. Their family environment can be all about religious teachings and preachings, and their father can be a preacher or a professor or a teacher or a lawyer, something like that. So it also shows that they get their best wealth out of spreading the knowledge. If they spread more and more knowledge, if they counsel preach and teach others, they will get the best wealth in their life. Then third house has the Capricorn sign. Third house is the house of your communications, is the house of your siblings, younger siblings, basically. So when Capricorn sign is there, it is a sign of hard work and it is sign of authority. Third house is also your business. So first of all, it shows that they will get their best authority in life only through doing their own business. Putting their self efforts. Then it shows they can have very limited interaction or communication with their siblings or in their normal life also. They may not like to talk much. They will talk only when it is necessary. Okay, so this is the kind of nature they carry because of Saturn's impact on their third house. In their early life, they can be really silent. As Saturn matures, as they mature in their life, they can be more talkative, they can be more communicative, interacting with people, but they will still interact only when it is necessary. They won't just gossip around. Okay. Then, as I said, that their communication with their siblings is also very limited and as per necessity. Okay. As I said, that their best authority is coming through business, but for that they have to wait till their 30s, and they have to put a real hard work. Then only they will get it. Fourth house has Aquarius sign. Fourth house is your home, your mother, and your homeland. Aquarius is the sign of serving humanity. It is like serving a higher cause. Okay, and it is like taking everyone into one umbrella. Okay, considering everyone as part of humanity and part of the same family. So when they talk about home, they talk about the whole world. They feel that whole world is their home. Okay, they don't agree or don't buy an argument that this four walls are my home. They will consider the whole world as their home, the whole humanity as one. Okay, this is the kind of nature they have. Then it also shows it is, as it is sign of serving humanity or serving a higher cause. It shows that through their work at home, okay, whatever work they do at their home, they end up in serving humanity through it. Now fourth house is also home, and it is also a private place. Okay, it is not necessarily your residential home, it can be your office also. So it shows that by doing their work in their home or private office, they can be serving a very higher cause, they can be serving society or humanity. Now fifth house has Pisces sign. It is house of education, it is house of children, it is house of creativity. Pisces is the sign of spirituality. It is a dream world. It is someone living a dream. It is fifth house is also sign of romance. So it shows that their creative pursuits can be spiritual pursuits. They can be very much interested in their spiritual pursuits and follow that creativity. They can be very dreamy about their romance. It may not be anything means other person may not even be interested, but they can dream a life with her or him. Okay, it can be like this thing that they can be very dreamy about their romance, love romance thing. Plus it shows that their education can be on spiritual subjects. Some spiritual subject they may follow as an education. Now sixth house has Aries sign. Sixth house is the house of daily work routine, your enemies, obstacles, conflicts, diseases. Aries is the sign of individuality. It is sign of your own uniqueness. It is sign of your ego. Okay, so it shows that when they overpower their obstacles or enemies or conflicts, they realize their true self, their uniqueness. Okay, they realize their true identity when they overpower their enemies. It also shows in their daily work life they should be working on their own. It is a sign of individuality. It is a sign of ego. Unless and until they are satisfying their ego through their work, okay, their ego needs to get satisfied when they are working. If they are working in a corporate environment, if they are working under others, sometimes some person will say something and their ego will get hurt. So it is better for them to have their own work and follow it to let the ego work in a positive way. Now it also shows that they can be having if Mars is not well placed. Now important thing is that if Mars is not well placed, they can be accident prone. Okay, because sixth house is your illness and diseases, and it is ruled by Mars. Mars represents bloodshed, injuries, accidents. So if Mars is not well placed, they can be accident prone. They can have major accidents. So they need to take care of it. Plus, it shows that in normal life also, they need to be very careful while driving and while traveling, because it is a common theme that they can get injured, they can have some bloodshed or something like that. So this is something they need to take care of regarding their health matter. And now seventh house is business. Seventh house has Taurus sign. It is also house seen for relationship or marriage. Now Taurus is the sign of wealth and assets. So they will get their best wealth out of their business. This is another indication that they may not do very well when they are working under others. They may not get that much wealth when they are serving someone in job environment. So seventh house is business, and Taurus sign is falling there, means that your best wealth is coming from your business. It also shows that whomsoever they interact or get into relationship with can be a very wealthy person, can have lots of wealth, and other people can bring lot of wealth to them. In matters of relationship or a spouse also, they can get a spouse who is very wealthy. They can get a spouse who is very good looking, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. No matter how Venus is placed and all that, but at least looks will be great, because Venus itself is beauty. Okay, in any sign it represents beauty. Okay, so this is the indication from their seventh house. Now eighth house is the natural house of Scorpio. It is house of secrecy, research, and all the occult matters, serving people, serving society. It is other people. Now, why eighth house becomes the house of serving other people is that first house is you, second house is your wealth. Likewise, seventh house is other people, eighth house is other people's wealth. Because eighth house is other people's wealth, and you can get other people's wealth only by serving them. Like I provide services to other people, and I get wealth of those people, right? So that's why for a Scorpio ascendant person, now the sign is falling there is Gemini. Gemini is natural sign of business and communication. So it shows that they will serve other people through their business and communication, and there they will get their wealth. Eighth house can give the most wealth. Okay, understand that it is other people's wealth. Like second house has your wealth, and eighth house has all the other wealth of the world. You can say that eighth house is the biggest treasure of the world. Okay, that's why I think the eighth house also represents banks. Okay, so if you explore your eighth house correctly, you can get the best wealth in there in your life. Any ascendant, for any ascendant, if you can do anything related with your eighth house, you can be very wealthy. One more thing, everybody knows that no one became wealthy by doing job. If you want to become wealthy, you have to do business. Okay, so it is eighth house and sign falling there, Gemini, shows that they will serve other people through their business and communications, and they will gain wealth out of those other people. It also shows that some inheritance can come to them from their siblings, because Gemini is natural third house, right? So third house is siblings. So their younger elder sibling can leave some inheritance for them. Okay. It also shows that it is a sign of collection of information, natural third house, and it is ruled by Mercury. Again, shows that they are very research oriented. They can research a lot. They can do hell out of work in research field. Okay, if just an interest is needed, they will convert their interest in passion. Nothing, and it is not a big deal for them. So if interest is there, they will get to the bottom of the thing. whichever field it is, even if they are in medical field, they will be research scholar, they will be researching some new medicine, some new way of surgery, something new. Okay, so that is what 8,000 Gemini is showing for them. It again shows that 8th house is sudden events or accidents. A Gemini is sign of traveling. Another indication that they can have accidents or some sudden events coming through traveling. Okay. It also shows that when they go through when they start their business, or when they counsel people, when they communicate with other people, they go through a transformation. They realize their true self out of 8th house. Now 9th house has a Cancer sign. Okay, Cancer sign is the sign of emotions and taking care of people, nourishing people. 9th house is the house of higher learning, religion and spirituality. Spirituality is now normally 12th house, but we can say it is house of religion. And now it is also house of higher education, religious teachings, ancient texts, teaching, preaching, guiding others. It is being a guru. So it shows that through their higher education, through their higher learning of all these religious or otherwise matter, it can be any kind of higher learning. Through that higher learning, they are going to take care and nourish other people. They can be very means basically it shows a teacher. Basically it shows someone who is a counselor, who uses his higher education to teach and preach others, to guide others. And one common thing is that they are very much emotionally attached with their higher learning. Okay, it is like because they spend so much time, they spend hours and months and years to gain that higher learning, so they get emotionally attached to that higher learning. Like we can say that a Libra ascendant person gets emotionally attached with their father, because Cancer is falling in the 10th house. Likewise, they get emotionally attached with their higher learning or their teachers, their gurus. Okay, whomsoever they meet as a guru can be very motherly person, can be very emotional person. Okay, then 10th house has Leo sign. Now 10th house is the house of authority, your career and work. And Leo is the sign of royalness. It is sign of king and queens and celebrities. So first thing is that it is itself is sign of authorities, because it is ruled by sun. So first thing is that again they will get their best authority by being a king by themselves. Okay, they understand king doesn't work for others, king doesn't work under anyone else. Okay, so as Leo is falling into the 10th house, they should not be under anyone else authority, they should be authority in themselves. Whatever they are doing, they may be doing anything in their life, even if they are developing an app or mobile or something like that, or anything. So they should be working for themselves. They should never be working under others. Okay, the moment you are working under others, your ego will get hurt. Okay, but as 10th house and the 6th house, which has Aries sign, these are Upachya houses. They will realize it in their 30s. So now if you take 3rd house has Capricorn sign, business. 6th house has Aries sign, and 10th house has this Leo sign. These three houses are indicating towards their business or working for themselves. Okay, but these three are also Upachya houses. So they will realize this life path of being a businessman only in their 30s, not before that. Okay, unless a dasha goes like this, which makes them realize it. Okay, normally they will realize in their 30s. So they should be authority by themselves rather than working under anyone else as an authority. Now 11th house has Virgo sign. 11th house is your income, earning, and your highest purpose, highest goal in their life. Virgo is the sign of analysis. Virgo is the sign of details. Okay, so they can be very. It is also a sign of perfection. So they can be very analytical about their income. They can be very research oriented. Like who is earning how much. I have 5 friends. This person is earning this. This person is earning this. This person. How much is my earning? Why I am earning less? Why I am not earning as per them or more than them? So this sort of thinking goes on inside them. Then it is a sign of perfection. So they want to improve their earning more and more to reach that perfection level, which is nowhere. I guess I don't think anyone is perfect. So in the matters of earning also there is no perfection. So only life is perfect. Then in matters of with the relationship with their elder sibling also means they can have this perfectionist approach towards their elder sibling, or their elder sibling can have a perfectionist approach. They both can expect perfection from each other. Okay, which may lead to conflicts because it is also a sign of conflicts. Then it is the highest representation of 11th house is serving a higher cause. So they can be keep on analyzing themselves what they can do for a higher cause. So this goes on inside them. Okay. One thing we need to realize that Scorpions are very private people. Okay. Most of them, most of the things I'm telling you about Scorpio are the things which are inside them, which is happening inside them regularly. You may not come to know about all these things. Okay, so that's why it is very difficult to understand a Scorpio completely, because they will easily present a different picture in front. They will easily present themselves as a very normal sort of person. Okay, but inside them there is a war going on. Okay, so this is one thing you need to realize, that all the houses, because it is sign of secrecy, that Scorpio ascendant energy will be spread in every house. So they will be very secretive while dealing with every area of their life. So in 11th house also, they can be working in a corporate world, they can be working in some job or something like that, but inside them they will be always thinking what I can do better in their life, in my life. Now 12th house is a Libra sign. So 12th house is spirituality, and Libra is the sign of balance. So as I said during Libra ascendant video, that Libra is sign of balance, but they live a very imbalanced life. Okay, so when 12th house is a Libra sign, they may be very imbalanced in their spirituality. Okay, they may be very imbalanced in their approach towards spirituality to start with. To begin their life, they can be very imbalanced. But sorry, it is only matter of a time. When they reach their 30s, they reach their maturity age of planets, majority of planets, they realize the true spirituality, which is about balance, which is about having everyone having their say. Okay, which is not about religion. 9th house and 12th house, completely different. If you are thinking that religion is a spirituality, then you are mistaken. Just like I was mistaken in my early days when I was thinking that religion is spirituality. So uh, that's where they realize the true spirituality only in the later life. That 12th house is a Libra sign. Everyone has should have their say. No religion is better than any other religion. Every religion is made by God, and God. Every religion is made by human, and God is something which is beyond the concept of religion. Okay, so this is what they realize in the later part of their life. In early part of life, they may be very curious to know what the real spirituality is all about. Also, it shows that 12th house is foreign lands and Libra is sign of relationship. So they can have a relationship with a foreigner. Okay, they can be having a relationship with someone in foreign lands. Now understand that astrologically foreign lands is only unknown land. Okay, it is not a different country. It is some place where you haven't been there. So even if I haven't been to Punjab, so Punjab becomes a foreign land for me because it is unknown land, right? So this is how their chart looks like. Scorpio ascendant people. Again, they are very secretive and uh, and they are very introvert or private people. Okay, everything about them is inside them. They will never reveal their true side. Okay. Now, if we look at the Lord wise, the planet wise, then Scorpio is ruled by Mars, and Mars also rules their sixth house. Sixth house of obstacles, conflicts, and disputes, enemies. So one thing is common, that their life path is getting attached to disputes and conflicts and enemies and obstacles. Their whole life is about dealing with conflict. They face more conflicts than anyone else. Okay, so this is one thing which they need to deal. Okay, they need to face all the conflicts, all the disputes, conflicts, enemies, and they need to make their life progress through it. Okay, the when they go through all these conflicts and disputes and opposition from the people, they realize their true self. So normally a Scorpio ascendant person's life is always about disputes and conflicts. It's always about obstacles. Means even in the smallest work of life, they will always feel an obstacle. Like I had to file right. I don't think many people know that I am also an RTI activist. So I had to file an RTI application to open a bank account. So this is also the for me, opening a bank account is also an obstacle. Okay, uh, so this is the way it goes. For now, the second house is Sagittarius sign and fifth house is Pisces sign. So both are ruled by Jupiter. Again, it shows that they are very much interested in education of higher learning matters. Means religion, spirituality, all these matters. They can read a lot about spiritual books, religious books. They may be interested in knowing about every religion. They may be interested in knowing about every spiritual concept of belief. That's where and their this higher education can bring them wealth. So their wealth is directly connected with their fifth house of education, of counseling, teaching others. Okay. Now Saturn rules their third and the fourth house. For every Scorpio ascendant person, it is common theme that Saturn links their third house and the fourth house. Third house is a house of business, and the fourth house is house of home. So they can be working like this in their home based business. it also shows that this is where they will get their peace of mind by doing a home-based business. Now we have covered 1 to 6. Then seventh house has Taurus sign, and it is ruled by Venus. Venus also rules their 12th house. So it is Venus connects their 7th house with 12th house. It links many things. It links their business with spirituality. It links their spouse with foreign lands, but at the same time, it links their relationship with losses. 12th house is the natural house of losses. So more often than not, they end up in feeling that their relationship, the time they spent in their relationship was kind of lost. They didn't gain anything out of it. Even if someone is married for 10 years, 15 years, even after that much time, he will feel that he didn't get what he desired in the relationship or marriage. He should he must all I want to say that they will not get as per their expectations, okay, in relationship. So a kind of sense of loss is always there in their relationship. Now Mercury rules their 8th house and the 11th house. 8th house is their research, their curiosity of knowing many things, of serving other people, business, and 11th house business, because it is Gemini sign. Now 11th house is your highest purpose, your gains, your goals in life. Okay, so it shows that through their research, through their business of serving other people, they are going to gain in life. Through their communications and counselings, they are going to gain in life. It also shows that through their research or all the changes of 8th house, going through all the transformation of the 8th house, in the end they will be in such a place where they can serve a higher cause, where they can serve humanity on its own, okay, humanity at large. So this is what Mercury shows in their chart. It and then 9th house has Cancer sign. Cancer is the sign ruled by Moon. So as I said, they can be very emotionally attached with their higher learnings. They can be emotionally attached with their teachers, gurus. They can be whenever they deal in matters of higher learning or teaching, preaching. They deal like a mother, like a very emotional person. When they help others through their higher education, they are very genuine teachers. They are very natural teachers. Like motherly qualities can be seen when this person teaches. Okay. Now again, the 10th house has Leo sign ruled by Sun. So again, it shows that they should be in authority themselves. They should not be working under anyone's authority. That's how a Scorpio ascendant person's life may look like. I have some. Okay, so I don't think anyone posted any comment or question. So if this is how a Scorpio person life is all about, as I said, they cannot expect a smooth sailing. It will be always be ups and downs. It will always be a challenge. And I am sure that every ascendant's life is challenging. It is not that only Scorpio ascendants are blessed with this challenge. Everyone's life is challenging. One thing to share that I have crossed, I think, 1,000 consultations, and I never met a person who has said that life is good. Okay, so I understand that everyone's life is challenge, but one thing which is additional is that Scorpio ascendant people go through constant changes. Whenever they feel that something is stable in their life, something is balanced now, life is moving smoothly now, and at that time, new change comes up. So it makes them. In early life, it is difficult to go through these circumstances, but as they grow up, they realize that it is kind of their life path, and they get used to the changes. Okay, uh, just I give the best example of Scorpio ascendant with myself, that this is my fourth profession. Okay, I have been to three professions earlier. Now this is my fourth profession, and I'm so much used to changing the profession that uh, it doesn't give me any scare or fear that if I may need to change it again. I'm almost ready for it. I know what all things I need to do. Okay, how I managed four other before changes, four prior changes. Uh, I need to do all those things again. Okay, fine. So this is what Scorpio Ascendant does. That person gets used to changes. Otherwise, if you have any question or comment, or if you want to know anything more about the Scorpio Ascendant people, please feel free to comment. I will be more than happy to reply. Thank you. Thanks for watching.